Good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Nalini Mishra, Assistant Professor, Department of Education, Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti, Language University. Today I'll be dealing with the topic curriculum construction, where I will be telling you about the principles of curriculum construction. Curriculum construction is an important part of the syllabus of B.Ed and MA education students in the department. So let us start with this topic. Let us deal with what is the importance of curriculum. Curriculum reflects the pattern of the society. The values that are there in the society, they are reflected in the curriculum in the way that it can be absorbed by the individuals, those who are studying that curriculum. Curriculum is very important for an individual because it shapes the individual the way a society has its norms and standards in it. The curriculum construction, there are a few principles that I'll be telling you about. The first principle is the conservative principle. It is well said that nations live in the present, on the past, and for the future. So we have to, whenever we are making any curriculum, we have to take care of this thing that there are many important experiences that can be taken from the past, which can make the present better. So those experiences should not be escaped and should not be left out, and they should be included in the curriculum, and so that the present can be made, and this present will definitely affect the future of the individual. So the curriculum should be very balanced, taking some past experience, and it should deal with the interests and needs of the present day society, and obviously should shape the learner for future, also for his future life. The second principle is the forward looking principle, because a student who is going through a syllabus or a curriculum is learning the content for his future life. So the curriculum should also be constructed in a way that it should be forward looking. The individual should be able to live his life very efficiently and very effectively, and should live a successful life in his own interests and in his capabilities, in his own capabilities. So it is very important that the forward looking curriculum should be there. The third one is the creative principle. Every individual has some creative powers, some innate abilities in himself or herself. So this creativity should be enhanced, and the curriculum that the individual is studying or the learner is studying should enhance this creativity, this creative ability, so that he may do good for himself and for the society as well, and in a broad sense for the nation and for the whole world as well. So the creative principle is also very important. The curriculum should enhance the creativity of a student. The next one is child-centered content or interest-centered content. When we are talking about that a curriculum reflects the pattern of the society, the values of the society, we should not forget that there are some interests, individual interests of the learner also, and they should also be taken care of. So because when a learner is learning, and if he is able to enhance his abilities and his learning capacities, his interests, so he'll be able to do good for himself and for the society as well. So the individual aim of the curriculum construction, the individual aim for a learner should also not be escaped when a curriculum is being constructed. The next one is principle of individual differences or principle of flexibility, because many learners are studying the same curriculum, and it should be taken care of because all the learners are having the individual differences. So this curriculum should have flexibility in the sense that every student gets a chance to enhance his or her own ability. So this is very important, that our curriculum constructed should be flexible in the nature that it suits each and every individual studying that curriculum. It should be adaptable for every learner. The next one is principle of preparation for life. Every learner who is studying that curriculum should be able to face the challenges, the future challenges of life when has gone through that curriculum. He has learned that curriculum, or he has got the learning outcomes of those that curriculum. So the future challenges that he has to face, he should be equipped with such talents that he can face the future challenges through his enhancement of his talents and abilities. He should be able to face those challenges of life. The next one is principle of maturity. The curriculum that a learner is going through, it should suit the physical and mental age of an individual. The age and the stage of an individual should be taken care of while constructing any curriculum. The next one is the activity principle, because the curriculum is constructed according to the needs and abilities, and it is based on the experiences that that an individual should get to face the society challenges and to enhance his own abilities. The activity principle should not be lost in the curriculum. Curriculum should make a child very active and very responsive to the situations that he faces in his life. The next one is principle of linking with life, or principle of utility. This is very important. Any curriculum which is not having this principle of utility will be obsolete very soon, because it is not linking the knowledge of the individual with the future challenges, and it is not making it the learner equipped with talents and abilities that can help him in living his life properly. So linking a curriculum with the life or principle of utility is very important. Any curriculum which has principle of utility will definitely be more successful in shaping a learner for himself and for his society as well. Principle of comprehensiveness and balance. Any curriculum, a learner that is learning, he wants or she wants that the curriculum should help in his physical development, mental development, spiritual development, social development, economic development. So curriculum should be balanced in the sense that all the aspects of development, or the all-round development of an individual, are being taken care of, and all the developments are well taken into consideration by a curriculum. With this, I will end up this lecture. In my next lecture, I will be proceeding with some more principles of curriculum construction. Thank you all.